pitch. That side was staying with a lot of gusto.
Absolutely.
What are the boys feeling next door?
What are they feeling? Reward for effort. I spoke to the group and the parents that were in the room. We had quite a few in there, which was nice. That we're building towards something, and their resilience this year in the face of adversity. It's been a tough year. We've now won 2 games for the year with 2 to go. I just praise them for their commitment to the club and really their commitment to me. They've bought in and they've done a great job. So yeah, really pleasing for me to see the young blokes enjoying playing footy.
How important was it for these young blokes to get another win? Obviously, the second one for the year. A few moments during the year where you sort of shown enough within games of actually the points to actually get over the line today. For them to sing that song again, and for a few of those guys for the first time as well. How important was that? Just obviously, just to end what's been a tough year in a positive fashion.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've been. I've spoken about training a lot this year, and only I can really understand what I mean. Is that when I see them walk in with a spring in their step still, that keeps me going, and I know that they really want to play TSL footy at a high level and get to where the Glenorchies and Norths have been. So for us to tick off some competitive games against Northland and Glenorchy, which you need to crawl before you can walk. So we got hammered by them early in the year. We really bridged the gap against them the second time we played them. To actually get some wins on the board, I think he's just a bit of confidence that we're heading in the right direction, and I thought the tenacity and the commitment to the course today in a very wet, windy day, albeit we did transition the ball really well at times, was really pleasing.
You got better as the game went on, probably safe to say. That first quarter was a dogfight, a bit of an arm wrestle there, and you sort of withstood all their pressure early on, especially the first 15, 16 minutes. It pretty much lived in their forward half, but they couldn't get the goal. You broke through, got that first major, and just gave you that sort of edge. It looked like for most of the first half.
Yeah, well, we thought they'd probably kick with a 3 or 4 goal breeze in the first quarter, and we spoke about what was required, and we needed to break even, and if there was going to be lots of stoppage, that was okay. Not to panic and not to hack it out of there, but to keep running straight lines and hold our tackles. So we knew the spectacle early wouldn't be great, but we might be able to break the game open when it was our turn. And oddly enough, the scoring end was the end that you wouldn't have thought. It was against the breeze. So that third quarter, I thought we got a lot of the ball and used it really efficiently and moved it from back to front, from our kickers to catches really well.
Just to be able to absorb that pressure early on and not move. If they get 3 or 4 goals from that early burst, it might be a different story.
Yeah.
The conversation we're having now, that just shows some resolve in that group.
Yeah, absolutely. There was fierce determination to make sure that they didn't hit the scoreboard early, and a lot of their shots on goal were from under immense pressure, and that's probably why they didn't hit the scoreboard as hard as they could have. And that was our turn. We were a little bit more efficient, and I think we got the margin out to 36 points at one stage. They came home pretty hard, but we probably had done enough by that point to get the win.
Good lesson though from that aspect. I said it was out to 5 or 6 goals in that final quarter, and the final margin being 9. You get away with the points, but a good lesson that obviously got to be switched on from start to finish. That's now against a good side. If you maybe relax the way you did in the final quarter, you don't walk away with the win. Yeah,
absolutely. And the lesson in it too is that you can win games earlier in games. So we probably put enough of a gap in the Tigers. That it was just too hard for them to get back in it. So, really pleasing from that perspective.
Yourself, 6 goals today, 6 out of 11 it was, and 1 out. Sort of for the first time probably I've seen this year, pretty much at 4 quarters when you were 1 out. Just the one opponent inside attacking 50. You obviously enjoyed yourself personally there. Yeah,
it makes a difference when you get one-on-ones. It also makes a difference when the ball is kicked efficiently forward and you can run and jump at the footy. So. To get some one-on-ones was great, but full credit to our midfielders. They were in the pig pen today. It was pretty muddy in there, and Brad Simmons, Bo Sharman and Quay Byer did a terrific job in getting his first look at it and winning the clearances.
What other aspects, obviously within the middle you were fantastic, that delivery forward, what else did impress you?
I was really pleased with Sharon Egger and our half-back line when we were under a bit of heat that they could withstand it. To the Tigers' credit, they moved the ball really well at times themselves and put our backs under enormous pressure. And I thought they stood up when they needed to, enough of the time for us to then rebound and be one-on-one forward.
Any injuries over
I don't think so. Phil Davis is very sore, but I don't think there's any serious injuries.
And obviously, like, so you're confident you bottle what you produced today, and you've got Launceston next week, and then Burnie to finish off the year. Obviously, Launceston won't be easy, 1 or 2, but potentially could get another win there in the Derby. So obviously, building towards that, hopefully just to finish the year with a bang for you guys.
Yeah, we had the bye last week, so we spoke about the way we wanted to finish the year, and winning some games of football was definitely in that conversation. So really pleased for the boys, really pleased that they're happy and enjoying themselves, and there's just another little tick we can mark off that we've got the new group in with the standard. We've withstood a lot of tough games this year, but starting to get a bit of reward for efforts. Really pleasing, and really proud of the leaders, how they're playing. Bo Sharman and Brad Simmons in particular today, I thought were pivotal. Dylan Riley was very important for us, so very pleased with those guys.
Yeah, look, I think we squandered opportunities early. I think we kicked 2 goals 7 in the first quarter, which is not good enough. You got opportunities to get on top of sides, and we didn't take those opportunities. And losing Marcus Davies early probably really hurt us out of the engine room in the middle there, because he's a bigger body for us and one of our on-field leaders. So losing him early meant somebody else had to stand up, and we probably didn't quite get that movement forward. Dave's had a bit of roll on Sharman, and Sharman ended up getting a fair bit of it. So that hurt us, but full credit to Devonport. They just really battled hard today and made the most of their opportunities going forward, more so than what we did, and probably deserved the win.
You mentioned Davies. What was the issue?
Yeah, copped a knock on his knee in the first quarter. I think in the first quarter, and we didn't see him after quarter time. And then Marcus Gardner just after half time dislocated his finger, so he was done for the day. So it was a tough day, and although we still expected to come here and win, thought it was a winnable game for us. And look, we showed some fight late, but that third quarter proved pivotal, and some undisciplined acts again by a couple of players really cost us at the end.
You mentioned the inability to convert early on, probably the first 15 minutes of the game, and lived in your front half. You weren't able to score, so that came back to haunt you.
Yeah, it did. Look, we wanted to have those repeat entries and keep it in our forward line, which I thought we did really well in the first quarter. But yeah, look, we've got to be able to convert those opportunities as well, and kicking 2 goals 7 from 9 scoring shots through 16 inside 50. So the ability to score on our conversion was all right, which just was on the wrong ledger.
And again, the third quarter was, so that's when the game broke open. Mitch Thorpe obviously played a big role in that then. He was one out a lot of the time. Did you ever consider floating just the extra man back, like all the sides do against Mitch?
Oh, probably not the stage of the year. I mean, our players aren't going to learn anything by trying to do that. So we put somebody on. Put Mitch Walker, who's played forward most of the year. He's been down the last couple of weeks, so we put him forward on Thorpe, and he did a really good job up until half time. And yeah, Thorpe got hold of him a little bit. Not so much on Mitch Walker, it's more some of the delivery coming forward, and just some poor manning. I think Sharman and Simmons were really pivotal for them through the middle of the ground, and we struggled to run with them from the spread forward. So,
whilst that was disappointing, you do obviously take positive about the way you finished the game, because it looked like they got to final 6 goals up in the final quarter, it looked like they could have just kept on going with the game. You made it very, very interesting in that final quarter. Obviously, that's pleasing that the fight didn't disappear.
Yeah, given we had a couple down, it was good to see the boys fight it out. We talk about not taking the easy option, which is just let it blow out, and probably the Tigers of old probably would have done that. So it was good to show a bit of fight from a young group, and like I said, disappointed with the result, but there is still stuff to take away. I mean, we get another game into a lot of young bodies again, and that'll put them in good stead again moving forward for next week and beyond.
So what is the key lesson then for your younger about today? You come in the game, obviously confident you get away with the points. There are some good moments and negative moments, and the day's 9-point loss. What's the major lesson in that?
Oh, look, consistency. I mean, consistency over 4 quarters, and the ability to work over a 4-quarter period. We showed glimpses like the first quarter. I thought we had our fair share of the footy and probably should have dominated. Second and third, they obviously dominated the third, and I thought we finished off fairly well. So we've just got to try and find that happy medium and be able to be consistent with our effort. And at the moment, we're not quite there with that.
Individually, who impressed you?
Look, I thought Jack Bilson out in the win was pretty good today. I thought he was kicked our first goal and was got a bit of hands on it. Lachlan Ganopsy again off half-back. He shows that, next year, because he's still only a 16, 17-year-old boy, and showing next year that he should be a big draft prospect. We'll be pushing for him to higher things next year. Look, we didn't have there was there's a few players. Lockie Clifford, I thought one another young Mariner battled hard through on the midfield today, and I think he gathered about 35 plus possessions, so he got quite a bit of the ball as well. So look, there's some highlights there, but we've just being that consistent is just a disappointing part. Yeah.
Obviously, a couple more weeks left of the season to go. What are you hoping to achieve in the last?
Yeah, we've got the bye next week, so it'll be really good to rest a few bodies. We've been fairly out. The roster this year, we've kind of faced a lot of teams after the bye where they get their full complement back. So, look, well, hopefully we might get Daniel Archer back for the last 2 games. We've been pretty cautious with him in the last 2 with his sore knee. So hopefully we get him back. It just brings the leadership in. But by the looks of it, we may miss Marcus Davies. Maybe. I mean, he'll get a scan on his knee and we'll see how bad it is. But look, we've got 2 games. We've competed well against Glenorchy and Hobart City. So look, we'll put our hands up. We'll probably blood a couple more young kids and get ourselves ready for moving into next year.